Welcome back to another episode of our progression series. This is episode 6, a continuation from where we were last time. We had just killed Jade, the vampire hunter. Now, I'm going to just go out, be honest here. This is the home stretch of Tier 3 progression, and for anyone who's familiar with Tier 3 progression, it's a pretty brutal slog of a grind. So this video is going to be more so just me talking about exactly what I was doing and, how I kind of went through that last grind. So first thing I did was make a silver resistance potion and farm as much silver as I possibly could. Just an insane amount of silver, so I wouldn't have to come back here anymore. So you can see that it was just a little bit, probably too much, but I had to make sure I would never come back here again. After getting all that silver, I went back to base to get everything, all of my dark silver crafting so that I could get my anvils as well as a dark silver weapon. As well as get some more primal blood essence started. And from there, I decided to just kind of, while everything was crafting, to just take a look around the map and see if there was anything I could raid or, sneak in to swipe some loot from. So I found a few decayed castles and wanted to check out their loot. After that, I hopped on my teleporter and decided to do my first Bright Haven farming run. Now, if you're familiar with the Bright Haven farming run, then you know that this whole portion of a run can just be an absolute devastating slog of a grind. So I'll go ahead and show you guys a few highlights here. Some tips on where you can grind in order to maybe speed up progression. This area here is called the Bright Haven Docks. What's interesting about this location is it has a lot of mid and in-game materials that you can use. Glass, iron, copper, schematics, sulfur, all kinds of things like that come out of these breakables. One thing to note though, I'm not doing it here, but make sure you're using a weapon that's not your main weapon. I had totally forgotten that on official servers, your weapon will lose durability like crazy in this situation. So just use like an off weapon that you don't really mind losing durability on. But again, the whole point of doing this is looking for recipe books, looking for schematics, looking for those in-game materials. This is just one of the locations that's really important in terms of farming, just around this whole city of Brighthaven. So other than that, you also have to make sure that you check all 4 of the houses, which have lootable containers that also have extremely valuable loot in them. They can have chances to drop recipes, they can drop silk, all kinds of things. So if you hit up, there's 4 of those houses here with these lootable containers, and they have things like glass, schematics, silk, recipes, cotton. I mean, anything you could possibly imagine that you're going to need for in-game, you'll probably find it in here. That's a huge part of this run. So I was getting really, really bored at this point. So actually, I got contacted by some other players, that Friendly 81, who I met at Angora's Spider Cave. And he actually asked if I would be willing to jump in on a raid to see if I could help them. They were getting ganked 2 versus 4, so I decided to come help. Take a break and come help them there.
Friend of them, I guess, or something, or a teammate. And so they were Philipixstar, Fox, and Jatara, and Saybat against us. So that was kind of, kind of hard.
Yeah, a little too much, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's that. So let's call him that.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, sounds good. Now, unfortunately, at this point, some IRL noises and sounds were kind of messing with my mic. So I'm going to go ahead and mute this portion and just put some music over it. You'll see what's going on here. Unfortunately, we were not expecting to not only be a 3 versus 4, but actually meet 6 players instead. But we did what we could and just had had a fun time doing that. So enjoy this little fight here. Unfortunately, we were a little too outgunned at that point, and I had to step away after that fight, so we couldn't finish out too much more of that PvP. But suffice it to say, it did not go well in a 3v6 there, particularly whenever I was severely underleveled. No Johns. But anyway, after that, I decided to go back up to Cursed Forest, do a few more farming runs, or a little bit more farming, just to get some more of the items that I was going to need, as well as give me a little bit of time, wait out the day, because I plan to go and down Wilfred, the Werewolf Chief. Something important to note that you can do there as well, if you don't need the pristine hide, is actually kill the workers in the village before the fight starts. Now, obviously, you may likely need the pristine hide, but if you're in a hurry, then it might be nice to just take the time early on to clear everything out so that you don't have to worry about patrols coming and ruining your fight beforehand. So after doing that, I waited until night, and I fought Wilfred the Werewolf Chief. And I'm just checking to be sure there's no patrol here. Killed this one. I think there's one other guy who comes around this way, but...
I smell blood. I smell flesh.
Alright, we'll dodge this. Dodge that. Alright, he's going to be doing... He's going to call everybody now? There we go. Alright, he didn't really heal at all. Okay, we gotta dodge this. right? He should get invisible one more time, maybe? Nope, he's dead. That was pretty easy. I don't actually know if we got hit. So there you go, that's how you kill Wilfred. Very easily. I'll pick up some gold jewelry, why not? I might stop off and get some... I'll check to see if we can get any scrolls here. Like recipes and scrolls. Like, I actually do want these. After downing Wilfred the Werewolf Chief, I stuck around in the village for a second just to farm a couple more mats. And then I headed back to base to get ready to return to Brighthaven so that we could fight Azariel the Sunbringer. That way we could start crafting our gold bars, even though we hadn't yet found anything to use them on. Any necklaces and whatnot. I figured we might as well get that started, because inevitably we'd find them. See if it works. See if we can just walk in. Hello, I'm just going to church, guys. I'm just an old lady. I'm just an old lady. Alright, we can do this. Alright, we'll go like this. Alright, my friend. Any blood that I need? Nope.
The light will sit you down. You can still surrender.
Ooh, dodge that. Didn't really dodge it. Actually need to... I think I actually usually do this with Unholy. No, witness the power of faith. Accidentally already used my stun. Wow, really? Oof.
Witness the power.
No, you.
Witness the power.
Keep hitting him, breaking him down here. Just keep fighting.
This is necessary.
I'll do this. I don't like using it for that, but... Oof. Oof. I missed. Like an idiot.
Witness the
Send him out of that again. Oh wow, that's annoying.
witness the power.
No.
This is necessary.
Oof. Man, we're getting... This is getting close. Oh, no. We're not good. No. No.
Witness the power.
Oh. That was horrifying.
Help, friends.
Calculated.
This isn't over.
His powerful friends, huh? Who's Solaris? My friend, I agree. I believe every single thing you said. No, 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 no. Nice try. Nice try. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Alright, so we have to heal now. What do we got here? We'll get some scholar blood. Whew. Spooky. That was a very close fight. It's funny because I always mix up Azariel and Raziel. Alright, so we're gonna do this. Oh! Firing squad! Alright, we're gonna wait for our stuff to come on here. We get them all around this corner. Dude, that was crazy. What? And they dropped like nothing. Dude, oh man, it's annoying. Wait, what is this? Wait, there's stuff here. Let's go like this. Anything I need? No. Like this right here, what I'm doing currently, this is basically how I view tier 3. This right here is just you kill, you know, the few bosses that are easy to kill at the beginning with Dawnthorn, and then you literally just farm for hours, and it all just depends on like, do you get like, then it basically just ends up like basically just, are you going to get lucky with schematics, with recipes? We're gonna get this first for this case because I've been so trolled by so many bee spawns on chest. Let's see what we got here. Don't need this or this. Like, what is that? It's so bad. But yeah, so basically, my tier 3 experience in this game, and I feel like everyone's tier 3 experience in this game, is basically just farming Brighthaven until you get everything that you actually need to play a video game. Which is a terrible, terrible way to play this game. As you heard me raging there a little bit, just annoyed and ranting at what tier 3 farming is. Hopefully, just to keep this in mind, hopefully a lot of this changes with the Gloomrot update. I'm really hoping that they figured out a better way to do tier 3 progression, because man, can it get extremely, extremely old very quickly. But we didn't let that stop us. We kept grinding and grinding, even though at this point I think we had gone about 5 or 6 hours of grinding without finding a single weapon blueprint or armor blueprint for tier 3 weapons and armor. I was still rocking basic silver axes, and I was just hoping that I could find something so that we could really get our progression started. Now, I will say that if you are confident in your progression in this game and your ability to move through each of the tiers and fight the end game, you can kind of push through and beat Styx as early as I've seen it done at 76. I definitely do not recommend doing that. I myself have done it at 70. I also don't recommend doing that. But if you feel the need to do it, by all means, do your thing. So after a bit more grinding, I downed Balaton to get Toad form. I decided to hit up a few more decayed bases that I had found in order to try to find a few more, just spare materials while I was just so done with farming Brighthaven at that point and not getting anything. So I figured I'd just check out a few different locations, but unfortunately I was not very lucky with the loot. It was pretty sad. So I hit up another location, and even there, even though it looked fairly promising, I was still pretty unlucky here as well. Opened up a couple of these boxes and just didn't really find anything that mattered, sadly. Even when I opened the forage room, all I could really get from this was a few grave dust. But they had a castle chest, so I was excited to see what was in that. So after breaking down a few more doors and destroying the castle, I checked the castle chest and nothing. So from there, I went back to base to bank the items that I had. And then, you guessed it, went right back to Brighthaven to keep the farming going. After a few more hours of this mess, finally, I got a little bit lucky with some blueprints. I got the Sanguine crossbow. I got another piece, a couple pieces of Blood Moon, gloves and pants, or leggings anyway. And I also got the Sanguine axes, as you can see on my hotbar. And I finally got a necklace. But unfortunately, it was Jewel of the Wicked Prophet, which is, as we all know, the worst tier 3 necklace in the game. But I was not, beggars can't be choosers at this point. So I went back to base and, got set up to craft all of that. And set myself up for the final stretch, the last few bosses in the progression cycle. But that will have to be a video for another day. Sorry, this one was probably a little boring, but that's tier 3. But for now, thanks for watching, and we will catch you in the next one.